Hey, yeah, I'm back. I'm back, bro. Alright, we got, it's gonna be plate 15301. Cicero and Belle Plaine. 7079. The dogs right there. 15301. They're going northbound Cicero. Whew. Yeah. All they're doing right now is just impeding on people's rights to travel, grabbing their data against the Fourth Amendment. You know, people don't want to get beat up in this cold, and so they give out the information, of course. We're in Cicero, Belle Plaine. There you go, transit. Oh man, bro, we have. If you want to know what a police state is, Chicago is the number one example. A part that this, before you didn't even have, like, these are parking meters, right? Before, you didn't have to put information down, nothing like that, right? And now, when you do that, they want license plate. Apart from that, just about every corner has cameras. They have not just flat cameras, they got traffic cameras, they got speeding cameras, they got red light cameras, they got devices that pick up on your information if you don't have it encrypted. So yeah, this is a straight police state over here. Oh shoot, yeah. And it sucks, you know what I'm saying? Because we allow this to happen, you know, but the more I read, the more I study, the more I see that, you know, these government institutions are all corporations. They're about business. They don't care what the people gotta say. It's just a big organization. They like to steal, kill, destroy, lie. People in cages. Yeah, a lot of people don't, man. You know what's crazy about it, public press, is that a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, now with all the information we have there, we should not be ignorant. Look it up there. Okay, you see up there? There's about 2-3 devices right there. You got the readers over here. You see that green light? This is the first time seeing those, but they got green light, they got cap. Those are, I think those are flag readers right there. Then you got those. You got those in the corner over there, up there. What else? Plus they use, you know, corporations. They always help out the government. This is only one corner. There's other corners that are even worse than this. We got some over there across the street, up there. So yeah, I didn't even see it. Those are new. Yeah, those are new right there. Alright. Yeah. But over here in the city, they've been real sneaky. They don't want people looking at stuff, seeing that, you know, so they kind of try to make it more slick, connect it to they'll connect it to the grid. Yeah, my other life went dead because the battery, you know, since it's cold, it died out quick. It died out quick. But yeah, no, man, I just happened to do a couple things, and one after another, you see a road pirate infringing on people's rights. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick and tired of this garbage, man. I can't stand the wicked and the evil, man. We're supposed to be loving your neighbor and helping each other out, doing good. Instead, they're over here extorting, knowing that all the criminals in Illinois sit in public government, and they know this, and they don't do it. It's a big gang. A big old gang. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay, in the car. Oh man, okay. Oh my goodness, yes, it is Chilly Willy out here. Oh man. So, oh man, oh my goodness, man. Hope peace and blessings to y'all, man. I hope y'all doing good out there, man. Nice and warm at the crib, you know. It's freaking hot, man. It's freaking hot cold. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I might stay out a little bit longer. Got to, man. Got to. You know, you only live once, and when you know what's right from wrong, what's good and evil, you know, I stand for what's right and good and righteous, good ruling, loving your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate the people doing good. I can't hate them, man. You know what I'm saying? If they're doing good, I wouldn't even be out here, you know? Woo, yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for jumping in, man, being my eyes and ears and what's going on. So usually, from what I know, that one cop, man, I don't even know. I got his name somewhere around here. I forgot. I gotta get all the information. I've been slacking. But him, the one that was talking to me, him, and another one named Dory, something like that. About a year ago now, for invoking my constitutional protected rights to not speak. They ended up kidnapping me, humiliating me, put me in a cage, away from my family, unconstitutionally wise, just because I invoked my rights to remain silent and not give him nothing to, right? Because he said I was detained, so if I'm detained, my thing is that anything I give, say, due to, could be used against me. So why am I gonna speak up? And I myself been slacking, giving them, I don't know, I guess mercy to do the right thing. But these people ain't gonna never change. It seems like they don't change unless they get punished. But he usually works off 25th district. But it seems like they get to roll around back and forth through out of their district, because their district is more up south, more south. For a plan, right? Something that got created. It's just this sickening, man. It's sickening. It's about power control. If by now we should already know we've been under domestic occupation. I mean, these people do not care at all. They get into the system and they get brainwashed in this system to believe that they're doing good when they're actually doing all type of evil and wickedness against their neighbors. We've been divided for so long. We can't be divided no more, man. There's only two choices we can do in life. Either you're gonna do righteous, do good, or you're gonna do evil and you're gonna do bad things to people. The line's there. Either the right or your left. Now, a lot of people still want to get up on, what's that called? Stockholm Syndrome? Good. I've been kidnapped by corporate. Yeah, man. It's disgusting, bro. That's why I don't support any system. There's any public government system, corporation. I just don't. I see right through it. I just see through that garbage. So, we got to help each other out, one way or the other. Yeah, for real. There is no reason doing bad to people, man. For what? You know what I'm saying? There's no reason. There's no reason at all to kidnap people. See, this is how tyrants, history shows us that I was taken. Yeah, they got those black sites, right? Like Holman Square, black sites. And what's even crazy about it is that it's our own neighbors doing the kidnapping, the stealing, the killing, the destroying. Where you got the fake politicians, the actors in government power talking about, no, it's China, it's Russia, it's Venezuela, it's the immigrants. No, it's the left, it's the right. It's them, man. It's just the neighbors that live down the block. That's why I just want to keep reaffirming people, man. We don't gotta fight about a lot of things. Just look at it completely. Look at it as just good and evil. Are you gonna create a victim, love your neighbor? We gotta choose. And they're choosing the wrong thing. They get away with it because they got the power. A system of corruption, evil, wickedness, the beast system, is ran by the devil himself. So another thing too is knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I guess knowledge is what's going to help us out to a good point, because when we start understanding that we live in a fictitious legal entity, we could see that very good, Batman. Well, they all ran up, hold on one second, I apologize, let me see. How about them children learning center? Well, you got to think about it too. There's learning centers in Minnesota, from what I've been listening, reading, right? It kind of reminds me somewhat of the Contra-Iran scandal from back in the 80s with, I think it was El Salvador or one of those countries in Central America where they're just using a front store or front in order to get money, buy, sell, whatever it is, so they can fund the creation of Al-Qaeda over there in the Middle East to fight the Soviets. And from what I heard, seen some news articles that Somalia, Israel supported a portion of the land of Somalia to become independent from the main country. So they wanna, I don't know, it's just weird stuff, man. And I know all that stuff is always, when you follow the money, you're gonna see the wicked people. You're gonna see who's behind all this stuff. You're gonna see you see who it is. And it's usually the same players. They go day in, day out. The rich people, the elite, those that sell their soul to Satan for the love of money and power. You know what I'm saying? And they do all that stuff. It's distraction. What happened to Epstein styles? You know, Epstein, there's files. What about all the pedophiles that work within the public government? All the criminals in public government. You know what I'm saying? They try to distract the population with BS, stupid stories. I don't know, man. But I'm gonna read a little bit. I don't know, maybe I should read a little bit. Let me see. Shoot. Okay. So I usually carry this with me. This is one portion. So this is the Bill of Rights. So the Bill of Rights does not give us rights. It's an acknowledgement to a public servant, and if you're listening, public servant, if you're up in here, that you swore before God and men to protect the unalienable rights of a man and a woman in this earth. And yet you violate every single one of them. So, when people see this, and I want you guys to see this, that this is what you swore no. To protect this is your old public servant. And yet, for some reason, since you guys are in power, you guys are drunk in power, you keep violating people's rights. Oh, I'm missing one, number 10. What's up, Tiff? Buenas noches. Just over here looking at some of the Bill of Rights now. What we, and this is the one. This is a reminder to remind this to be protected. And it sucks that people gotta use this in order to protect this and everything else. But, like I said, yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? It's like, ooh, that's a good idea, public press. Honestly, I really am trying to up on my knowledge with this stuff. But, this is a reminder to all public servants, right? And if you look at, let's see this stuff. See, these people got their own. I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit. I usually don't do this, but I want to do this because Let me see. Sure. This is called. I'm gonna be using Gemini real quick. (18 U.S. Code 241).
18 U.S.C. Section 241 is the federal statute for conspiracy against rights. It is one of the primary tools the Department of Justice uses to prosecute civil rights violations. Unlike many other laws that target specific actions, like physical assault, Section 241 focuses on the agreement between two or more people to interfere with someone's constitutional or federal rights. Key components of the statute. To secure a conviction under Section 241, the government must generally prove conspiracy, two or more people entered into an agreement. Intent. The specific intent was to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate a person. Exercise of rights. The victim was exercising, or had exercised, a right or privilege secured by the Constitution or laws of the United States. Note, unlike many other conspiracy laws, Section 241 does not require an overt act. The mere agreement to violate rights is technically enough to trigger the statute, though in practice, some action usually occurs. Penalties and sentencing. The consequences for violating Section 241 are severe in scale based on the outcome of the conspiracy. Scenario: maximum penalty, standard violation, fine, and/or up to 10 years in prison. If death results, any term of years, life imprisonment, or the death penalty. If it involves kidnapping, sexual abuse, or attempted murder, any term of years, life imprisonment, or the death penalty. Common, modern applications. While originally enacted during the Reconstruction era to combat the Ku Klux Klan, today it is used in a wide variety of contexts. 1. Voting rights. Prosecuting schemes to suppress votes, destroy ballots, or prevent citizens from casting legal votes. 2. Police misconduct. When multiple officers agree to use excessive force or plant evidence, violating a suspect's Fourth Amendment rights. 3. Hate crimes. When groups conspire to terrorize individuals based on protected characteristics. Quick comparison. Section 241 versus Section 242. People often confuse these two, but they serve different roles in the legal system. Section 241, conspiracy, requires two or more people. It can apply to private citizens or government officials. Section 242, deprivation of rights, can be committed by one person, but that person must be acting under color of law, e.g., a police officer, judge, or government agent. Would you like me to look up recent high-profile cases where 18 U.S.C. Section 241 was applied?
Oh, come on. All right, so, and this is the thing that kills me. Like, they got their own codes, their own rules, regulations to punish people who break the law, violations. But yet, the state's attorneys, the federal state's attorney, or the federal attorneys, they refuse. They refuse to go against one of their own blue line thing gangbangers. All right? And this is the problem we have, because we don't have people in power doing what's righteous. If not, we'd be having this, you know what I'm saying? We should have this, you know, unlock and lower, man. So what's the point of having code, statutes, rules, and regulations that's to hold the government accountable, and yet nothing happens? It's we the people that suffer. Are we subjects? Are we slaves? Are we part of the corporation? Or part of the business? What is it that, how is it that they can get away with violating people's rights day in, day out, and no punishment is, you know, they're not accountable? So this is how they get boldened, you know, and pretty soon, you know, it's like, it's already turning inward. Pretty soon, there's gonna be worse than Soviet Union and, you know, Nazi Germany. You think that was bad? Now it's even worse, you know what I'm saying? Wow, after a year. That's sad, man. You know, so I see that this system is just, it's a system of hypocrisy, of liars, killers, and destroyers. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we're looking at this stuff, you know, and the state government, doesn't have anything like this. But look. You know what I'm saying? They expect us to jump through hoops and through all type of issues and problems. Let me see. Hold on a second. Look. 18 U.S. Code 242.
Overview of 18 U.S. Code, Section 242. While Section 241 deals with conspiracies, groups, 18 U.S.C. Section 242 is the federal law used to prosecute individuals, specifically government officials, who violate someone's constitutional rights. It is titled Deprivation of Rights Under Color of Law. This is the primary statute used by the Department of Justice to prosecute police misconduct, such as excessive force or false arrests. Key requirements for prosecution. To prove a violation of Section 242, the government must meet 3 high legal bars. 1. Under color of law. The person must have been using, or appearing to use, their official authority. This includes police officers, prison guards, judges, and other government officials. It can even apply to private citizens if they are acting in concert with official authorities. 2. Willfulness. This is often the hardest part to prove. The prosecutor must show the defendant acted with the specific intent to deprive the person of a constitutional right. Simple negligence or a bad mistake is usually not enough. It must be a willful violation. 3. Deprivation of rights. The victim must have been denied a right protected by the Constitution or federal law, e.g., the Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable seizure. Penalties and sentencing. The punishment for a Section 242 violation depends heavily on the severity of the harm caused to the victim. Scenario: potential penalty. No injury involved. Fine and/or up to 1 year in prison. Misdemeanor. Bodily injury results or use of a dangerous weapon. Fine and/or up to 10 years in prison. Felony. Death results. Any term of years, life imprisonment, or the death penalty. Kidnapping or sexual abuse. Any term of years, life imprisonment, or the death penalty. Common examples of violations. Excessive force. A police officer using force that goes beyond what is objectively reasonable under the circumstances. False arrest, detaining someone without probable cause, knowingly violating their Fourth Amendment rights. Sexual misconduct, an officer or prison guard using their authority to coerce a person into a sexual act. Deliberate indifference, a prison official knowingly ignoring a prisoner's serious medical needs or failing to protect them from known violence. Section 242 versus 42 U.S.C. Section 1983. It is important to distinguish between the criminal and civil paths for these violations. 18 U.S.C. Section 242, criminal, brought by federal prosecutors. The goal is prison time or fines. The standard of proof is beyond a reasonable doubt. 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, civil, brought by the victim, plaintiff. The goal is money damages. The standard of proof is lower, preponderance of the evidence. But officials often have qualified immunity protections in these cases. Would you like to see how the willfulness standard has been interpreted by the Supreme Court in famous cases like Screws versus United States?
You know, I know that a lot of this stuff happens to us, and anger, you know, holds us down sometimes. Anger, revenge, you know, but I think that you know, of course you gotta, me personally, forgiveness is important, but justice follows forgiveness. Because, you know, you gotta, I tend to look at even my enemy, people who hate people's other rights, or who just a bunch of haters, with tyrants, dictators who think they're better and better than other people, you know. You know, we all at one point in time do bad things, but some people just willfully do bad things all day, every day. And some people need justice. Some people will be punished. And people will be punished because at the end of everything, I believe that divine law is always, it will always catch up to all the public servants doing evil. And that's a for sure. You know, so at the end of everything, like if we don't see justice here one way or the other, I believe, you know, there's going to be a resurrection. And I believe that, you know, they might got away with whatever evil crap they did here, but when they stand before the Creator, there is no excuse from there on. No excuse for them. You know what I'm saying? But it's good that we have a community of people over here. Small, but you know, but powerful, because we stand on what's right and good. We don't stand on what's evil and wicked, and that's how it's gonna be. As long as there's wicked people, you know, as long as there's wicked people, there's gonna be good people. And there's people that done bad, they change their life and do good. And there's people that do good, change their life and do bad. You know what I'm saying? So when you do good, when you start doing good, this is me. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing and choosing to do what's right and good and helping your neighbor after you help yourself out, right? Because to me, the Messiah, the King from the Bible, says, love your neighbor as yourself. We have to love ourselves, and then we love our neighbors. But we also got to stand up for what's right and good. We got to defend the weak, the poor, those that have, you know, are ignorant with laws. The poor, the widow, you know what I'm saying? Those are what we're called for. Well, I'm called for that. Those who believe in the Bible, and there's many other good people that don't believe in the Bible, but still, we get our principles of doing what's right, loving your neighbor, taking care of other people, no victim, no crime. But we keep going forward, man. You know what I'm saying? The foundation is you respect me, I respect you. And then from there on, we could just kind of, you know what I'm saying? We could build from there. But if we don't, just the good people got to stand up. That's what I'm looking at, man. And decade after decade, it's been over 200-something years, you know, and the wickedness of this country, of these people, of the beast system, now it's getting even worse, even though there's cameras, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, stay strong out there. Peace and blessings. Thank you for jumping in. Like I said, if I get the opportunity to jump in later on again, I'll jump back again. I might stay out for a little bit longer, might not, depending. Keep gaining that knowledge, that understanding, that wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And I love you guys. Peace and blessings. And, you know, keep fighting the good fight. Keep fighting the good fight. Peace and blessings. Hallelujah. I'm gonna hopefully try to come back later on again. I'm gonna let the phone charge up. And I think they're about to do shifts change right now too. Very true. They only record the crime, not prevent it. That is very true. You know. But we're in a society now that, well, we kind of been in a society where it's like, where I see is that even if you do good and you could stop the oppressor right there and there, the vigilante, the good man with the good heart, is gonna be still, from what I see, he's still gonna be the criminal, right? Because he didn't let the public servants, you know what I'm saying, do what they had to do. You know, that's how they do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? They think it's their country, it's their land. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it, because it is kind of chilly out here. It is. But yeah, thank you very much for jumping in. I'm gonna see if I can come back later on again. All right. Peace and blessings. We the people doing what's right.